Hey, what's going on everybody? Paul Tech here, and welcome to my full review of the isinwheel U5 electric bike. Now I'm super excited to bring this bike to the channel because this is my very first e-bike. So I've never owned an e-bike in the past. Now, before I get started, I do want to send a big shout out, a big thank you to isinwheel for sending me this e-bike so I can review and share my experience with all of you. So thank you very much, isinwheel, for sending me over a review unit. Now I also want to let you know that isinwheel is hosting an Easter giveaway, so you can have a chance to win a U5 e-bike for yourself. Now, if you're interested in joining the giveaway, all the information is going to be in the description below of this video, so go check it out. All right, so I want to go ahead and bring you guys back to about a week ago when the U5 e-bike arrived at my house. So this is the box that it arrived in, arrived via FedEx. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you an official unboxing video. I'm gonna share with you all the contents that are included with the purchase of the U5, and I'll also share with you the installation, everything that you have to do in order to, get the bike put together, up and running. But opening up the box here, let's go ahead and take a look at how everything is packaged, because this is key, this is important. You want to receive a product that is packaged correctly. And as you can see here, isinwheel did an excellent job when it came to the packaging of the U5. We got styrofoam, we got cardboard covering the e-bike, as well as zip ties. So excellent packaging, as you can see here. Now this is going to be a foldable e-bike. So this e-bike folds in half. And this e-bike is coming in at a weight of 48.5 pounds. So it's pretty lightweight for the most part. I mean, I can pretty much lift it out of the box perfectly fine, but it is coming in at that weight of 48.5 pounds. And as you can see, removing it out of the box, this is how it is going to look. It's going to be folded in half, very compact, very portable, as you can see there. And I'm gonna go ahead and remove all the zip ties, all the protective layers here. All right, so once you get all the protective layer off the e-bike, go ahead and unfold it. And then you're also going to notice that you have a set of keys that are hanging from the cable here. So go ahead and be extra careful when you are cutting off those keys there from the cable, but you are going to get two sets of keys there, which I'll let you know how you're going to use these keys with this e-bike in a moment. All right, so more than likely you're going to have this smaller box that's going to be sitting inside of the big box that your e-bike came in. So with this smaller box here, once you open it up, you're going to notice that you have a toolkit. Now with this toolkit here, it comes with a wide variety of tools, everything that you're going to need for the assembly of your e-bike, for adjusting and tightening all the bolts, as well as adjusting the brakes. So you have a wide variety of tools included there. Also included is going to be your charging brick here. So it's a pretty large charging brick you got here. You plug in the top cable, and this is coming in at 54.6 volts at 2 amps. All right, so the next item you have here is your user manual. Now, I highly recommend open up the user manual, read it, because this is filled with all the information that you're going to need to know about your e-bike. It goes over the assembly, it goes over all the program settings. So for instance, if you want to disable cruise control, change from miles per hour to kilometers per hour, it lets you know exactly how to do it in this user manual here. So a lot of good information, definitely take the time to read it. Also, before you do your assembly, check out the user manual. All right, so once you unfold the e-bike, you want to go ahead and lock it in the middle there with that locking mechanism. It just folds right into the frame right there, and it locks in nice and secure. All right, so the next thing what you want to do is unfold the foot pedals. So these foot pedals will fold in and they will fold out. So again, this is what's going to add that compact design to this e-bike with the foldable pedals. Next, you want to go ahead and get the handlebars onto the stem of the e-bike here. So as you can see, there's a specific shape to the handlebars here, and you're going to line that up with the stem, and then you're gonna kind of shimmy it in, but you'll be able to get it. And then once you get the handlebars in there, you're gonna go ahead and raise up the handlebars. And then there is going to be another locking mechanism that you'll see off to the side right there. You're just going to go ahead and push that in. It'll lock into place. Now with these handlebars here, they are adjustable, which is really nice. So, you can adjust these handlebars to whatever is the best comfort level for you. Now this is where the toolkit is going to come in, and you want to go ahead and find the Allen wrench because you are going to want to tighten the handlebars. If not, they'll just keep falling down on you and they won't be nice and secure. So once you find that good length, get the Allen wrench and go ahead and tighten up the bolt right there, and then that will keep those handlebars nice and upright, and they won't fall down on you when you are riding your bike. All right, and again, make sure you unfold both sides of the foot pedals there. And then once you do that, you're going to notice when you get your e-bike out of the box that the seat was actually facing backwards. So I went ahead and faced it forward now. And then you can go ahead and adjust the seat also. And this seat goes really high. So, you can be a very tall rider, as you can see here, as high as the seat goes. But once you go ahead and find that best comfort level for you, you're going to go ahead and lock in the little latch right here. You're going to go ahead and just fold it in. Now you might need to tighten the screw that's on the other side. If you notice that your seat is loose, you can go ahead and tighten that a little bit. Also, you get a included pump here with the U5 e-bike. So that is really nice that a pump is included here. Now with these tires here, it does say that the maximum tire pressure is going to be 35 psi. So that's pretty much where you want to pump up your tires to. And as you can see here, the design, the build quality here, it looks really nice. Now this e-bike does come in 3 different colors. So I got the black color here, but it also comes in gold and a white color. And as you can see, just how everything looks here. We'll take a look at the seat here. It looks like a really nice design. I like the white stitching on the black seat here. It looks good. I'll let you know the comfort level later on in this review. You got your back tail light as well. And then you also have, some nice tires here. So these are going to be 20-inch fat tires. Again, you got to, fill air in these, check the tire pressure, make sure it's correct. The tire pressure will be written on the tire. It'll let you know exactly how much. But again, it does say 35 psi. As you can see, you got your chain there. You got your gears. You have nice welding here. Now, take a look at the welds that you have going on here on the U5. It looks really, really nice, really clean. You even got a little handle there. And there's going to be your folding mechanism right there. Isinwheel branding. And it looks really nice. Very, very clean looking. I like this black color. It looks very, very stealthy. There's your other locking mechanism for the stem right there. And then you also have the adjustability here with the handlebars, as you can see there. And then you get this really nice display. Now with this display here, you got isinwheel branding, and it is adjustable. So you can adjust it up a little higher, a little lower. So once you are riding your bike, you can just adjust it to that best viewing experience for you. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the screen protector here. And then also, let's go ahead and take a look at the cable management. So isinwheel definitely did a good job here with the cable management. It's nice and wrapped. It runs, looks like it's going to go underneath the frame of the bike. You also got your front headlight there. Let's go ahead and take a look if this is adjustable. So I don't know. You could adjust it a little bit. You can tilt it down a little bit and tilt it a little bit higher. Then you also have a reflector underneath the headlight there. So that's nice. And then again, going back to the cable management, I just want to go ahead and take a look at how these cables are ran underneath the e-bike there. I want to go ahead and share with you. Again, I want to share with you as much information in this review as possible. But as you can see how the cables run underneath. Now those cables are going to sit a little low right there because that is where you are going to fold your e-bike. So they can't be, tucked underneath the e-bike, like secure. They have to be down a little bit. Some information there when it comes to the U5. You can pause that, read that if you like. And then you can also take a look at the motor here. So as you can see, 48 volt. Now this is a 350 watt motor with a 500 watt peak power. So top speed on this e-bike is going to be 20 miles per hour. You can see when it comes to the brakes there, we got dual disc brakes, a nice long kickstand, as you can see there, which is keeping the bike sitting, more upright than slanted. And overall, first impressions, this bike looks extremely nice in my opinion. I like the way the bike looks. Again, it has this nice stealthy look to it with the all black, but I'm sure any color you get is going to look nice. It's a really nice looking e-bike. All right, so when it comes to charging up the U5, there's two ways of doing this. You can charge the battery with the battery in the frame. There's a charging port, plug in your charger, and then you'll notice on the charging brick here, it's red when it's charging. When it's full charge, it'll be a solid green. Now, if you want to go ahead and remove the battery from the U5 here, there is a keyhole to the bottom of the frame. Now, your bike does have to be folded to do this. And the keyhole to the bottom is kind of hard to find, but once you find it, you're going to push up in the key, turn it, and then you're going to go ahead and remove the key. You'll also notice once you got it unlocked, this button here is pushed in, and then the battery will just slide right out. Very, very cool feature here. Makes it super portable to charge up your e-bike. If you don't want to bring it upstairs, maybe you want to leave your e-bike in the garage, in the basement, and just charge the battery upstairs, you can do that. Really like this feature here. With this battery, it is a 48 volt, 7.8 amp hour battery. This is UL certified, so those are the safest batteries. Lithium ion battery, and the battery takes around 3 hours to 4 hours to fully charge. All right, so moving on, I also want to share with you how you can power on the U5 here, which requires the key. So without the key, you can't power on the bike, you can't power on the display, you can't use the motor. But you can still ride it as just a normal bike if you want to. But you're gonna need the keys here if you wanna get the power from the motor. And again, the keyhole to the bottom there. Now, once you get the keys into basically, this is pretty much like your ignition, you're gonna turn it and you have an on and off, position here. So that's gonna be on now. Now, once you have the keys in, it's turned on. The keys stay in the e-bike. So when you're riding the U5, the keys stay in. So you just kind of keep that in mind when you get this bike. Now, once you have the keys in, they're turned on, you just long press on the power button, and then that will power on your display. And again, just long press on the power button when you want to power off your display there. All right, so I've been riding this e-bike now for a little while now. I got about 36 miles on this. Now let's talk about these grips. These grips are extremely comfortable. They don't move on you, and you got really good access to your brakes there. And the brakes have been working pretty good as well. Now you also have your control panel right here. There's a plus, there's a minus, and a power button. And as you can see, you got plenty of space here on the handlebars for adding accessories. The LCD display is adjustable, so that's really good because you can find that good viewing angle. Now I'm over here in Southern California. It's a bright sunny day, and as you can see that display perfectly fine. So no issue seeing the display in direct sunlight. You also have a very friendly bell right there and another brake lever. And then you also have a half twist throttle. So that is going to be your throttle, and that is just the grip there. Now let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about the display here. So let me go ahead and power on the display. Now with this display here, you get a lot of good information like your battery bar up on top, the speed, miles per hour, the pedal assist, which there's 5, and then you have your odometer to the bottom there. Now, in order to go through the different pedal assists, just press the plus. The plus will go ahead and go up in pedal assist. So I'm in second, third, and that's going to be fourth. And then this has 5 levels of pedal assist. And if you want to go down, just go ahead and press the minus button, and that will bring that pedal assist down to the level you prefer. 0 is going to be 0 pedal assist, and that's just going to be pedaling the bike as normal, like a regular bike. Long press on the plus sign will turn on your headlight. You get a little message there, and that will also turn on the brake light. Now the brake light will work as soon as you press the brakes will flash, so those brakes will work whether the lights are on or off. All right, so the next thing I want to share with you is how you can fold down this e-bike. It's very, very simple. Again, these pedals fold in. I really like that feature there. Now, once you fold the pedals in, you can go ahead and fold down the handlebar. So there's going to be the little latch right there. So with the latch, there is a button that you're going to pull up, and then you're going to pull the latch down. So once you do that, you'll release the stem there, and that will just fold right down to the side, down by the front tire there. Next, you can go ahead and unlatch the middle portion right there, and then you're good to fold the bike. Now there's a nice handle right next to the seat there, and you can use that handle to, carry the bike, fold the bike, and as you can see, it becomes very compact, very portable now at this point, and that's pretty much it. The bike is folded down. And again, you have this handle that is right there, sits underneath the seat, and that's just a perfect handle for lifting up the U5 right here. And again, this bike comes in with a weight of 48.5 pounds, but it doesn't even feel all that heavy. And as you can see, it's just super, super portable, compact once it is folded down. Now, I just want to give you an example here. Now, with the U5 here, just completely open and just its regular state, as you can see as a bike, how it looks here. But I want to share with you when it is folded, how it looks in the trunk of my van here. Now, if you got a Dodge Grand Caravan, the U5 is going to fit perfect, nice and snug to the back trunk right there. So again, with this type of portability, this is the perfect bike that you can carry onto the subway, onto the train, bus, fit it maybe underneath a desk. Now, when it comes to these lights here, so you get the rear brake light. Now, in the daytime, the brake light is a little hard to see, but at night, that brake light is just super, super bright, as you can see there. Now, when you press on the brake levers, they do flash. So there's going to be no problems with cars seeing you when you are riding this bike at night, that's for sure. All right, so moving on to the front light. So it's a nice front light. Now, if you're riding this bike at night and it is kind of in a well-lit area, you should be fine. But in my experience, when I was riding this in a really dark area, it just wasn't bright enough and it didn't have a far enough throw. So in my opinion, I would highly recommend getting a secondary light to attach maybe to the handlebars, something with like 5,000 lumens, just so you will have some better visibility when you are riding at night. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the riding portion, the performance test of this e-bike here. So I'm in pedal assist 0. So can you ride this bike as a normal bike with no type of power? Yes, you can, but you're definitely going to have a good workout pedaling this bike with no power. Just keep that in mind. It's a 48-pound bike. Now, pedal assist 1, as you can see here, it's going to get you up to 9 miles per hour. 10 will be the max on pedal assist 1. Now, once you bump it up to pedal assist 2, that's going to go ahead and increase the power there. So you're going to go ahead and get to 11, 12 miles per hour. Now, I'm just pedaling right now. I'm not using throttle. This is all just going to be pedaling on this portion here. Bumping it up to third gear, it's going to go up to 14, 15 miles per hour. Now, with this motor here, whether it's in first gear or fifth, as soon as you start pedaling, you feel that motor kick in. It's pretty rapid. There's really no delays with this motor. So gear 4 is, 17, 18 miles per hour. Gear 5 is going to be 19, 20 miles per hour. The more you pedal, the faster the bike is going to go. But as fast as it's going to go, pedaling is going to be about 20 miles per hour. Now, once you're in that fifth gear and you're pedaling, you got to try to get a rhythm with the pedaling, because the bike is going so fast that, at least for me, I felt like I couldn't keep up with the pedaling. So I was doing a lot of ghost pedaling. but I hear that's kind of normal when it comes to e-bikes when it's in its highest gear at its fastest speed. So, but it definitely has no problem reaching that 20 miles per hour advertised top speed while you are pedaling. Now, when it comes to the throttle is super fun to use. I had so much fun using this throttle. It just reminds me of using my motorcycle, using the half twist throttle. It works good. It's very responsive. As soon as you twist it, it goes. Now, you also got a cruise control feature baked into this bike, and as you can see, it's in cruise mode right now, and the cruise control works really good. Normally I keep that off like on my electric scooters, but with the e-bike I really enjoyed using the cruise control. I was just cruising, just riding with it on. It's a really nice feature to have. Now, even though this e-bike does not have any suspension, so there's no suspension to the front or to the back, but it does have those 20-inch fat tires. And I felt like it was a pretty smooth ride for the most part. Again, I'm in Los Angeles County. These roads aren't great. They're actually really bad here in LA County. But I really felt like those tires soaked up a lot of the bumps and vibrations. And it just felt like a smooth ride for whatever reason. Maybe just because the bike is fairly light at the same time. But one area that I do want to mention is the seat. Now, if I was riding this bike a short distance, the seat felt okay. I didn't feel uncomfortable. But as soon as I started riding this bike over 5 miles, like a 10-mile trip I was going, the seat started to feel very uncomfortable. So I went ahead, I went to Walmart, I got myself like this gel cover that goes over the seat. So just kind of keep that in mind. The seat could have been a little bit better with some added cushion to it. So not a deal breaker whatsoever, because again, you could just buy something that goes over the seat or just replace it altogether. But I just felt like I should, mention that in this review. Again, brakes working pretty good there. The dual disc brakes, I did some slight adjustments. There was a little squeaking when I got it first out of the box, but easy fix there. And when it comes to riding the U5 here, it's very nimble, it's very maneuverable, and you can definitely carve out on this bike if you want to. And I rode it all over. As you can see, I was on a bike path earlier. I'm on this trail path right now, and then I was on the street as well. So I was riding this bike pretty much wherever I could, really putting it through the paces, testing out this bike. And overall, it's a really fun, enjoyable bike. I really like the grips here. The length of the handlebars is really nice, and I also like all the space that you're getting here. So you can go ahead and easily add some additional accessories here, like a phone mount, which I'll be adding in the future here. But just a very user-friendly type of bike. It's not super intimidating like some other e-bikes where it's just too much power. It's more like a motorcycle, and it's not like those smaller e-bikes that kind of remind you of like a clown bike. This is honestly like a perfect size middle ground where it's not too big and not too small. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about range now. So I went ahead and did a range test. Now I started off 100% charged battery, and then I was in pedal assist 1 and 2, probably for the first 5 miles. And then after that, my legs got kind of tired and I just went straight to that throttle. And of course, I like speed. I'm used to riding electric scooters, so I was on pedal assist 4 and 5 on throttle. But I felt like I was riding this bike for a really long time. It was over 2 hours. There was some stop and go in the process, in order to film some of the shots in this review. But I got 22.7 miles of range off of full charge, and I drained that battery to the very end. But again, your miles will vary depending on weight, terrain, are you using, throttle? So all those play a key factor. Are you riding up hills a lot? Well, that's pretty much it for my full review of the isinwheel U5 e-bike. This is my experience of using it for the past week. Overall, guys, I am very pleased with the performance, the power, and portability. And again, a couple little complaints. One is the seat was, not the most comfortable. And when you fold up the e-bike, it would have been nice if there was some type of latch or maybe some Velcro that keeps the e-bike nice and folded, just so it doesn't open up when you are carrying it. Other than that, I think this could be a perfect entry-level e-bike for somebody that's trying to get their first e-bike and wants something that's pretty affordable. This comes in at a price of $499 to $589. But again, overall, I'm very, very happy with the isinwheel U5 here. I plan on making more videos on this. I might do a DoorDash video doing food deliveries with this. We'll see, but you'll definitely see more content with this bike. This is a bike that I'm going to continue to use and share my experience with all of you as I put more and more miles on this e-bike. Now, if you're interested in this e-bike, I'll drop a link in the description below of this video to isinwheel's website, and you can go ahead and take a look at the bike there. Also, be sure to join the giveaway so you can possibly win one of these. Information for the giveaway is in the description below of this video. All right, everybody, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Bye.